Alrighty, guys, let's get into things here. Sorry for the late start again. This is happening, etc., etc. ETL. Yep. Yeah. Life and stuff and things. Lots of life and stuff and things. Shit. I woke up earlier today, guys. I fucking woke up earlier, and I'm starting later. I mean, that's just kind of the way it goes when you're busy, but yeah, here we are, guys. I got some nice soda, at least. Look at that guy. Strawberries and cream Dr. Pepper. Stopped at Walgreens. It actually turns out Walgreens is cheaper soda now than Walmart. I don't think they realize that yet. I don't think they know that because it's like $5 for a 12-pack there. They don't know that, but it's actually cheaper than Walmart. Soda is fucking outrageous in terms of price now. Unless you get it on sale, and even on sale, it's expensive as shit. It's like fucking doubled. Yeah, when Walgreens has cheaper soda than Walmart, you know something's fucking going on. Yeah, I guess. Good shit. Anyways, I was working on stuff up until maybe 30 minutes ago, so... Yeah. We're going to be doing Riftbreaker here tonight, guys. In a little bit, we're going to take a look at the tubes first here. There is Computex going on, and that takes precedence. That just means we're just going to be playing Riftbreaker longer. We're going to take a look at Computex, because there's all sorts of cool and interesting things that are popping out right now. I have no idea what that is. 15-minute video. New Noctua stuff. Yeah, I heard about that. Nothing I'm going to replace by D15. D15 is so good, it's like, why would you ever replace it? They have like a slightly better one, which is I think like the D16. Maybe they may not have a D16. There's just like a slightly improved version, and it doesn't matter. So, yeah. Good evening, Slang. Good evening, Alarm, by the way, if I didn't say that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, 12-pin power problem with a connector that has like a highly visible pins, so you can see when it's fully plugged in and when it's not. Yeah, just kind of an idiot-proof system. I don't know how they have a 22-minute video about a power connector and a 4060, but... let's see. What is this? Warhammer 40k becoming a Space Marine? From... It's like a planned StarCraft. This game is this from? I might actually watch this. This is really long. World of Warcraft, no. By the time the whole company is armored up and ready to go, the Imperial Guard would have won the battle with 95% casualty rate. It's funny because Imperial Guard actually win the battle with just insane. They're like Russians, old Russians, where they just threw a bunch of men at stuff. Well, that's actually not all that old, but not to get political. Where they just threw a bunch of men and shit until they won. I really need to make a good 40k animation movie game. Yeah. I mentioned this before, I think 40k is 100% going to take off at some point. It is, the universe itself is enticing. It is intoxicating. And it really can draw you in. It's just the fucking, lore. And it is lore, but, Zealotus? It's like the super religious fervor of like, you know, like sides they're battling against each other, but to the point at which it's just not really even like that's their entirety of their race is like basically their religion, but their religion is basically to their king or emperor. What is this? It's actually a movie? What is this? What is this from? Space Marine? I'm not going to watch because it's 15 minutes and we don't have enough time to watch, so I'd rather cover Computex tonight, but what is this? There's a normal hit scan player, and they're baiting, asking about people that cheat more than likely. I mean, there's plenty of people I don't report, so yeah. And I think I do a pretty good job of describing what I'm reporting as well. Why I report them. It could also be a legitimate question. I kind of doubt it, but maybe. We're the worst place on Earth, the Baogang steel mill? No. There's actually a city in Russia that's basically extremely toxic. Like, everything is literally just, it's essentially just a giant bio-waste dumping ground. They just dump shit in the river and everything. Yeah. In Russia. Zerksky may actually be the most chemically polluted city in the world. Between 1939 and 1988, Zerksky served as a center of numerous Soviet experiments in chemical warfare. I don't have enough time to get in a tangent, but it does exist. So what the fuck's going on up here? Monitor, no. For this, it's actually pretty funny that Hardware Unboxing Gamers Next aren't covering ULMB, the new version of ULMB, because it's actually a really big deal and it actually pertains to a lot of gamers. Let's see. Videos. But all these I kind of want to take a look at, but I don't know why I have random church masses in my video feed. I don't watch random church masses, so I don't think I've ever looked for random church masses either. Yeah, I saw that. I think we're going to take a look at that. This is still January. I don't think they've... I'm pretty sure they're going to announce the release date for this at Computex, which is... This is what I'm actually really interested in, is a new modder for Overwatch. The new mod in general is what I've been interested in for the last 6 months, and still has not released. I think they started teasing 500Hz modders, what, like in November, August last year? It was a while ago. There's no pricing or anything. And suspected that it should be launching anytime now. Okay, let's watch a quick video here. See what Linus is up to.
The world was absolutely blown away, pun intended, when Frore Systems came out of stealth after 4 years of building a solid-state cooling system that sucks a lot of air. Look at this thing.
Oh.
And here we are, 6 months later with everything basically fully uncovered. They've got multiple solid-state cooled PCs, torn down Airjet Minis for us to
These are pretty
peek
cool.
inside,
I've seen these before.
and they're even teasing a more powerful version with double the cooling capacity. And here's double the segue to our sponsor.
XSplit. Looking to take your video streaming to the next level? XSplit is a software company that provides simple yet effective broadcasting and video production tools. Check them out in the link below and use code.
I don't think anyone uses XSplit
Very
anymore.
nice.
There's like OBS, and then there's like the
At risk of sounding offensive, it doesn't really look like much.
Streaming Elements
You've got a
OBS,
flat
whatever it
copper
is.
bottom that sits on your CPU or SoC, any heat generating component.
These, by the way,
On the
they're for like really, really low power computers. Like your cell phone might have this, which is actually really cool. This is like the ideal application as a cell phone, right? Because some cell phones get really fucking hot, and some have an active cooler in them, but it's like a little tiny high-pitched fan, and obviously that's not a good thing.
top, you've got these kind of paper
Definitely has a
filters
market,
over
though.
the intake, flexible PCB that goes into their drive system, and then at the back, there's a tapered section that leads to a skinny little exhaust.
Look,
And
replacing that.
there, that the unimpress completely disappear. I mean, this thing hauls butt. They are blowing air at over 200 kilometers an hour through those filters and blasting it onto the copper plate. But here's the thing. Moving air is just a means to an end. It's only part of the battle. We don't really want to move air. What we want to do is remove heat. Let's take it apart to see if we can get a better understanding of just what's going on here. I cannot believe they're letting us do this. Here's the completed cooling module, which I've shown you already, and here it is completely torn down into its constituent components. It starts with...
You mean they have one already
Yeah, this
torn down for you?
really is just a sticker.
This is
With little
Computex, guys.
paper filter windows in it. Okay, and then we get into what I would call the cooling engine. It uses piezoelectrics, and we did a full video about this recently, but basically a piezoelectric material vibrates when you apply an alternating current to it. So what you're looking at in the top is these intake slits that pull air through those filters, okay? Then out the bottom, they've got all these little jets that blow down onto, here's the last component, this kind of crappy flat copper spreader. I mean, okay, I get it. You want to keep this thing thin. It's just 2.8 millimeters, and that's critical for getting the design in thin and light devices like laptops. But every cooling plate that I've ever seen that doesn't totally suck has got fins or other structures to help increase the surface area. What is going on here? To find out, we need to go back to the cooling engine, or the cooling chip as they call it. On the underside, there are 80 small openings called impingement jets. They were only willing to let us open up an older prototype that has twice as many, but you should still be able to get the idea here. And these jets are a huge part of the special sauce that makes this cooling solution so unique. We've shown many times in the past that there are diminishing returns as you blow air faster and faster over a heatsink. This is because of something called the boundary layer. Check out this illustration from Wikipedia. See, no matter how fast your air is moving sort of near a heatsink fin, the speed of it is always going to approach zero as it reaches the actual fin, and this is due to friction. What happens then is this creates a blanket of insulating air that prevents heat from being removed from the fin efficiently. Well, what Furore has done is they've used these jets of super high velocity, high pressure air to completely obliterate the boundary layer. This increases effective heat dissipation by about 5 times for the same airflow and functionally saturates the air with heat, bringing it up to nearly the same temperature as the copper heat spreader. Now, an Airjet Mini is good for about 5 watts of cooling at room temperature, assuming the die is at about 85 degrees. So naturally I asked them, well, couldn't you just take a bunch of these, throw them on a vapor chamber and of course, they've already done that. This Samsung Thin and Light right here has been modified with 3 Airjet Minis for a total of 15 watts of active cooling on top of the passive dissipation through the chassis. Now,
Important
they
for like
could
netbooks.
have put a 4th one on here, but This machine wasn't designed in collaboration with Frore, so they had to improvise a little bit. And as you can see, there's some PCB there that wouldn't very much like to be chopped off. This is such a good demo here because they've got their Frore modified laptop here running right next to an unmodified one, showing some key benefits. So first up, check this out. Using our thermal camera, we can actually see that if we look at the exhaust temperature behind the system, our Frore is at about 41 degrees, while the regular cooler is at about 35. This can be partially explained by the heat saturation of the air.
What some people don't understand, and like why it's actually a big deal, it's not a big deal. When people start talking about temperatures of their PC and, is 80 Celsius too hot? It should be at 65 Celsius or 72 Celsius is where you want to be. Because there's actually netbooks and laptops that don't have active cooling, and they basically run, when they start getting up to temperature, they basically run at thermal throttling their entire fucking life. And chips nowadays have basically been made so that they just decrease in performance and they'll still work. They just they get janky, right? And to your average mom and pop, your casual user, most people won't even notice that their computer has slowed down, especially with like AMD compared to Intel, as far as how well they step up and down on frequency. They won't even know. They won't even fucking know, because my dad has a PC that did this, and my stepmom had a PC that did this, and they had no idea. I don't think they even care, and they probably wouldn't care until like they're watching a video and it stutters. But with harder decoding, that almost never happens, so it's not even a big deal. Is Linus friendly with Gamers Nexus? I think he owns Gamers Nexus. Don't quote me on that, but I think I read somewhere that he actually owns Gamers Nexus. They're like kind of independent of Linus Tech Tips, but I think he actually owns them. Like the website that they're part of, he actually owns. Yeah. I have to kind of look this up now. Who owns Game? He actually owns it. So Steve owns it. I swear to God, I read that they're part of Linus Tech Tips. No, I don't know where I read that, but I don't think that's right now. Where he was like, they're like under the umbrella of a bigger company. I don't remember what it is. Might have read that on a forum or on Twitter or something when I was responding to someone. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, there'll be a throttling their entire life, and your phone gets insanely hot. It throttles down too, like if you're playing a game or something.
Part of it is also that our Frore laptop is running about 10 degrees hot.
This is an application, but I definitely think cell phones are big market of where this is going to go. Like high-end cell phones. There's no room. So
the temperature of the CPU or the SoC. Rather, it's because of the external temperature of the device. Anything above about 45 degrees Celsius will eventually burn the user. So thin and light laptops will already throttle performance if the hotspot on the bottom exceeds this level. That is where the AirJet's second big party trick comes in. Aside from not needing a fan, it is extremely high static pressure. Frore Systems claims that an AirJet Mini manages about 10 times the static pressure.
The way this works, I kind of doubt it. So even if you eliminate the sound of a motor, right? Even if you eliminate the sound of a motor, it still produces sound. The air movement produces sound. So like with really high-end coolers or something that where it basically you can't hear the fan rotating at all, like the motor itself, you'll still hear basically the air moving through the fan. And that works with like house fans too, right?
Over 1,700
regardless how quiet they make it.
That allows it to suck air through restrictive openings much more effectively than a conventional fan, which improves cooling not just of the CPU that it's installed on top of, but of the entire system. So, Because the skin temperatures of our two laptops are so different, the Frore system CPU is actually operating at 33% higher power. That is going to have a dramatic impact on performance. That's why the chip...
If you're buying 15-watt laptops, you probably don't give a shit about performance.
...is running hotter. Another advantage of the high static pressure is dust resistance. Typically, a laptop can't be both actively cooled and dust-proof unless you create a separate compartment for the fan and heatsink, kind of like what they do in some rugged machines. That is not a great solution for a thin and light. But with the AirJet, there's the dust filter that's on the AirJet module itself, and you can also use that pressure, that suction ability to install dust filters on the intake of the device without trashing your airflow. So you could have it pull air through a filter here, put air through another filter here, and blow it out the back, cooling the entire
Filters
device.
need to be changed. I was actually thinking, what if you could reverse the direction of the airflow?
Blast out cleaning solution for the filters, so they should last 5 years and beyond without getting gummed up, even though they're just basic paper dust filters. This dust resistance is what made the AirJet perfect for their first commercial product, the Zotac ZBox Pico with AirJet. This mini
also is hot as shit here, guys.
On factory floors where dust and debris could easily clog up a normal fan-cooled device. Now, in the past, Zotac got around this by just passively cooling the CPUs in these devices, but that limited them to a 5-watt Celeron processor. With this dual AirJet mini solution, though, they can now use...
This has always been a weird thing with SoCs, so a system on a chip or really embedded solutions like what he's looking at here for an industry. It's always kind of blown my mind. They could turn the case into a heatsink, and some manufacturers actually do this. So if you make the case out of aluminum, you attach the heatsink to the case, and then you attach the case to the chip, and the case itself will cool the chip. Any sort of ambient flow or just having heatsink attached to the chip will actually just cool it. But almost no one does it, so...
Use a 15-watt Core i3.
That always kind of blown my mind that no one does it, or almost no one does it.
That is a massive performance uplift. And we can see the difference right behind me, where they've got one of these systems running passively. This is with the Core i3, showing how it's thermal throttling to hell. And then they've got the Frore Systems cooled model, where you can see the performance is a lot better. And this is still early stages. They're expecting to be able to get CPU power up a fair bit by improving the efficiency of the rest of the device. That is all really impressive and changes my question from why did you guys need to be in stealth for 4 years to how did you do this at all?
Because it's a really good idea and they don't want someone to steal it. That's actually, people go, nuh-uh, ideas are a dime a dozen, shitty ideas are a dime a dozen. And if you have something that's a really good concept, some people will really completely overestimate their concept. But if you have a really good idea, people will 100% steal that shit. It happens all the fucking time on Twitch. Like stuff that I've come up over the years. No, you haven't. I've been here for over a decade, guys. Stuff you come up with, people will just pilfer. And as long as it doesn't matter if you've done it first, it's who says it the loudest. And it just happens at every game I play if I become a part of the community for a while. China will steal. Anyone will steal it. Yeah, China's a big offender of that. But like even then, it doesn't need to be China. Like they'll be applying for a trademark, and someone gets the product out first, and it basically doesn't matter.
As we saw in our piezoelectric fan video, ensuring that you hit the resonant frequency can have a huge impact on performance. And the thermal expansion of the vibrating membranes is enough to knock it out of whack, meaning that they have to constantly change the input frequency between 23,000 to 24,000 hertz to ensure that it's always operating at peak efficiency. That brings the full power consumption of each chip to just 1 watt at full tilt. That's not bad for 5 watts of cooling each. For context, that would allow you to handle a 15-watt system with 2 AirJets and would cost you only about 2 watts of power for heat dissipation. That's almost identical to a small fan, like the one on the Steam Deck, which is 2.5 watts and takes up more space. But hold on a second here, Linus. When you guys showed off that expensive piezoelectric fan a while back, it had low power consumption, sure, and it was dust-proof, but it had none of these other benefits. Where was the high pressure? Okay, I'm getting there. You've heard me a couple of times refer to the AirJet as a chip. Well, I asked them, what makes it a chip? Like, does it have some onboard processing or something? The answer is no, but that doesn't make them big liars. achieving the kind of one-way valve operation that gives this cooler such high static pressure. It takes a lot more than just a vibrating tongue depressor like we saw last time. So, like a chip, the airjet is precisely manufactured using photolithography, the same process as you would use to build a CPU or a GPU. You coat the cooling engine layer by layer with photoresist, then expose it to light and etching chemicals, and remove the unneeded material. This is inherently a two-dimensional process, so the airjet gets built up one layer at a time until we have our final little air blaster. Now, the manufacturing process is a big part of the reason that the airjet is only going to be found in premium devices, at least for the time being, where you can justify that additional cost with the additional performance that it can
I guess they want to attach a premium to them.
is,
Well,
while
so much for a fucking
photolithography
cell phone
is a
market.
well-understood and
Well,
fairly
low-end cell phone
mature
market or even
manufacturing
mid-range.
process, especially at a relatively macro scale
Yeah.
like this. Furore is working with entirely new non-silicon materials that required extensive R&D and brand new machinery to manufacture at any sort of scale. And high cost isn't the only bad news. While their demo here does a really good job of showing how the
The bandwidth
Furore
keeps
system
dropping off on
outputs
OBS for some
less
reason.
overall sound than the conventional fan, I found that the quality of the noise, that is, that it's at a bit of a higher pitch, made it significantly more noticeable. The good news is that there are clear paths to resolving at least some of these problems in the future. While the airjet Mini
So it's very
outputs
noticeable sound.
laminar airflow in order to make it quieter, this laptop wasn't designed with the airjet Mini in mind, and it's blasting that air at the bottom of this hinge and the bottom of the screen, increasing turbulence and increasing noise. They can actually adjust the nozzle.
Yep,
in a
they
device
do.
that's built
They have
for
that
their
fucking
cooling
ear
to help
drone that
alleviate
just
this
gets into
issue.
your brain. It doesn't even matter if they're super
There's more.
like loud, like
The
low.
roadmap these guys
Like
are
this is
showing.
why, like when you start going up towards like higher and higher RPM fans, they get more screechy and they get even more noticeable. You could have like a really low RPM fan, like a box fan. It's really big, and you can have it on, and it's actually just kind of turns into soothing. But you get that thing up there, and like you get like a smaller and smaller fan that moves the same amount of air, and it starts screeching at you, and you just
looks
you can't take
extremely
it.
promising.
Yeah.
When they went out of stealth at CES,
Depends on
they
the
showed
fans, how the blades are designed.
Airjet Mini, but there's more. Even at their current manufacturing node, so to speak, they can already build higher performance solutions.
I dropped some frames. I
The
didn't even notice
Airjet
that.
Pro is twice the size and manages to remove twice the heat, about 10 watts, at only 1.7 times the power consumption. So devices like laptops could easily have a bank of like 4 of these sitting along the back, cooling up to a 45-watt chip, as long as you've got a vapor chamber to spread the
So I assume, like, with stuff like this, when you start getting bigger and bigger, like what he's doing, it's just becoming more efficient to have a small turbine fan, which is what you see in, like, the Steam Deck he showed earlier. Just like most fans, most laptops will have an actual fan like this. So he's starting to get into a bigger and bigger application where this isn't going to be applicable, because you get into the territory of a normal fan. Like, my laptop has 2 fans in it, and it's still relatively thin. And what he's basically theorizing here is going to cut, like, what, maybe quarter inch off the bottom, or maybe a little bit in the width, and it's definitely not worth it.
heat. And oh, the best part, man, you wouldn't even like need a bottom intake anymore. So you could put your laptop down on your bed and it's not going to overheat because you could just draw air in from anywhere. That is so cool, and it can be used on just about anything.
I mean, they always
Aside
work
from
on efficiency.
computers, they're showing off.
There's, like,
LED
really low-end
light
stuff that's, like,
fixtures
5
at,
watts. You showed it
1/10
earlier.
The overall volume. They've got.
Not everything's
check this
170
out.
watts or whatever.
Actively cooled SSDs that are operating at. Ow.
SSD
Okay,
would be a pretty
that
good
one's really
application. Did you just touch 70 Celsius SSD? No way. I mean, that's basically a burn, just like instant burn. Fast does 70 Celsius burn human skin? 70 Celsius, it takes less than a second. Well, yeah, you might have just got a relatively serious burn. Yeah. Some of those mobile SSDs actually can get really fucking hot, and that's no joke.
Hot, the not for a cooled one.
Yeah, but anyways, SSDs would be a good idea too. The problem is, or NVMe, the problem is, if there's a significant price tag attached to this, like people are looking at maybe spending what, like $20 maybe ish. Like it doesn't matter when your NVMe drive starts throttling for the most part nowadays. It's going to happen if it gets hot enough, assuming you don't have a heatsink on it anyways. Which I mean, heatsinks are like $10, mind you. Yeah, like does that matter? Maybe for a data center, but even a data center, you're gonna have more room in a case, so that doesn't even matter.
Smart, like IoT devices.
I really think the application here is going to be phones, is what it's going to come down to.
Want to overclock your Ring doorbell? With an AirJet Mini, they figure you could do about 8 watts compared to the 3.3 watts that is allowed with the passive stock configuration. I mean, what's next? I'd love to see this thing modded into an ROG Ally or a Steam Deck. 2 minis should do the trick, right, Alex? Oh, yeah. Is that a project you guys want to see? Oh, what about in a phone? I mean, there's gaming phones with fans and water cooling in.
And high-end phones demand a really fucking high price to begin with. They're up there like $800, $1,000, depending on the model. So even then, they already have a premium associated with them. I think the real application here is phones, is what it comes down to. Because when you're buying an $800 phone, you don't want to fucking throttle. You play a game for 2 minutes and it starts throttling, right? So I think honestly the real application here is phones. The end game is phones. SoCs might matter, like they mentioned earlier, but applications like that where it's like stuff like that's going to be on a piece of equipment that doesn't need a lot of processing power.
Them already. Why not this? Black Shark, ROG phone team, you guys up? And
yeah, phones are end game, high-end phone market.
Just with the current gen, their material science folks do see a path to doubling their performance per unit area every couple of years for the next little while. We could see thin and light gaming.
Like I said, the problem with this is going to be the sound it produces. Moving airflow, when you start getting higher speed airflow, even if it's perfect, the fan blades are perfect. The air moving through a tiny little area at high pressure, if you've ever used an air compressor, it starts sounding like a hissing sound. Like it doesn't matter if it's an air compressor or not. It'll start making like a fucking hissing sound. It is very noticeable, and that's going to be one of the end problems with this is you make something that's high enough pressure, regardless of its ability to cool, and it's not going to be something that consumers want next to them, right?
70 class NVIDIA graphics in just a few short years.
Maybe there's an industrial application that doesn't include computers.
That we see today. I'm talking full performance.
Vacuum or something.
The main levers that they're going to be using to do this are higher amplitude vibrations and higher frequency vibrations, which makes sense. And so that, combined with, if they can bring costs down, I mean, they wouldn't go as far to say it. See, they're not going to say it right now. But when I asked, are you guys trying to make fans just obsolete? I caught one of their technical guys nodding in the background. Yeah. It's not impossible that they could even get the cost competitive. You see, the thing is,
I don't think so. With like normal fans, that's a long ways off.
Like magnets and stuff.
And then once again, it comes down to the hissing sound, just like the high-speed sound.
Kind of way. Well, let me put it this way. The hard drive industry thought it would always be safe from low-capacity SSDs, and they cost so much. And where are they at now? Frohr says that their
data centers
process is similar to TV panel manufacturers,
servers,
where the larger they can get the mother glass, the bigger the panels they can build at lower costs. Well, that sounds pretty good, given TVs have been one of the only things that's been inflation-proof lately. So right now, yeah, the costs are high,
True.
But that's because they're operating at a very small manufacturing scale because it's so new. But that could.
I mean, even then, like
Just
maybe
like
phones, just phones in general.
from what we
So endgame, I think, is phones right now. High-end phones, maybe mid-range phones. Then, just phones, and maybe like the handheld gaming systems are a fad. It's like tablets. I mean, a tablet's basically a handheld gaming system. And the Steam Deck now just has handles on it, so now it's a better tablet. Okay. I mean, they literally just rebranded a tablet, so whatever that means, just like the Switch. How many people, the Switch is basically another best case scenario. How many people are going to buy a Steam Deck? I think there's a lot of people that pre-ordered the Steam Deck, guys, and it's sitting on a shelf somewhere, to be perfectly honest. Because that's what I said immediately was going to happen when I saw it. It sounds cool until you realize you have a much better PC sitting in front of you.
To our sponsor,
Sweetwater.
And when you want to actually play like an actual computer game, you want to sit down. You don't have the controls it's frustrating trying to play a game with minimal amount of controls. Even if you have a gamepad like with a tiny little screen, it makes things very frustrating. So, like, it's going to take away from experience. The best case scenario for mobile games is like Nintendo. Nintendo has a fucking catalog. If they ever decide to move those to mobile, guys, holy shit. I mean, the Switch is basically a mobile, but they could sell their games, mobile games, they could sell them on like Android and make bank, but they still want to be a console company. I mean, that's basically best case. Nintendo is the best mobile games, which is why they built the Switch in the first place, which a lot of people mocked, is because they basically have a platform where you can take it anywhere, and it doesn't feel like you need to sit down like with Witcher or something and have an in-depth play session and get involved in it, right?
Video gear here at LMG. We can count on the
Nintendo's DMC Nazis protecting their IP. Whatever, I don't care.
Whether it's mics, headphones, sound mixers, preamps, or cowbells, they've got everything you need more of. Not sure
they do. They don't like when you use their music at all,
resources on their site,
which is why almost no one uses it.
Or speak to a Sweetwater sales engineer for
A year? Wow.
Czar fan what?
1,100.
Oh my.
This just in.
Czar fan costs $11,000, $1,100. I don't know if this is the same company. He was talking about referencing this. I haven't watched that video. Cool. We don't have enough time for another video, guys. I actually want to get into Riftbreaker here, so we actually spend time playing the game because we have to get through the campaign, and I haven't played enough games on stream. It's just a lot of Computex, or a lot of I don't get on soon enough. Is basically what happens. My quit time basically stays the same, and I never get on at the same time. Why web filters don't work? Penis stone. Penis stone 1. Okay, well, there's more Computix stuff, guys. We'll unpack this if I have more time. I think we're just going to skip the Reddits tonight, and because usually this stuff doesn't happen, and if it does, it'll stick on the Reddit for a while, so we're going to skip past the Reddit and get right into Riftbreaker. Because I do want to play some games, so, yeah. Yeah. Get into the campaign. Let's see. I don't even need to use my headphones. Not really an in-depth game. All right. What we're really after in Riftbreaker, guys, is we're gonna be playing survival. That's not tonight. We're gonna be playing the campaign first, and that's where the real fun is. So just stick tight through that. Campaign, might as well play it because it's part of the game. So. Oh. I think we got down to, we have to build a base now. In like a Mushroomville or whatever this is now. We're underground biome, doing things. Are you left-handed? No, but it looks cool, doesn't it? the cam's flipped, because it's actually upside down. Alright, find a good location to build an outpost. I think we're just supposed to... I don't know what that means. I guess we have to go to these places.
Swarm of creatures is moving in from all directions.
Ah, okay.
Where are they coming from?
From the caves and from the ceilings. They are everywhere,
What?
Ashley.
Better start scanning. Give me that scan. That's more important than my life. Give me that scan data. I remember how hard it used to be to scan, so.
Threat eliminated.
Yeah.
That was intense. It's going to be much harder to predict enemy attacks in this biome. They can literally crawl out from anywhere.
Looked at some of the devlog stuff for their like level design. It's actually really cool to simulate depth.
Of resources
Look at that.
and open space around this location. This is a good spot to set up an outpost.
Okay. It's actually not a good idea going through too many spots, because now I have to protect that where I didn't need to do that before. Pickaxe Superior? Alright. Look at that beautiful lighting, guys. Look at my 4090 at 100%. Oh my god.
Research completed.
Pickaxe, since this is like a quest thing. All right. Do we have to, what do we even have to build? It doesn't really say. I'm afraid of building against the wall here. There's probably some creatures you eventually play against that just burrow through the wall. Maybe you shouldn't even build next to a wall. Maybe the walls aren't walls, they're just pretend. Fairly possible. So if I pretend that the walls are actually going to do shit, I'm just going to get fucked by it. Guess we'll do a thing. Not a huge fan. Oh, there's a new technology. Floors are actually fake. Basic wall. Walls don't take energy? I thought they did. Or laser walls work. That is.
Getting power in this biome is going to be a bit more tricky. I've noticed wind
power
tunnels here
source.
and there. They produce enough airflow to power our wind turbines, but we'll have to place them close to the vents. We might be able to place solar panels under the cracks in the ceiling. They should be efficient, but space is an issue. So I'm not sure if it's worth going that route.
Do not forget about carbonium and biomass power plants. They are very efficient.
Oh, they are.
We might even be
No,
able to
they
gather
aren't.
substantial amounts of biomass from the mushrooms that grow in these caves.
That's true. I've noticed some of them grow
Biomass?
back right in front of us. This could be interesting.
I mean, I do.
This so-called
I have a shitload of
crystal
everything, so it
cavern,
doesn't really matter at
as
this
you
point.
dubbed it, Ashley, is very rich in resources. It would be a good idea to
Yes.
explore it further and expand our mining operations.
The Crystal Cavern's outpost is operational. We've got our foot in the door. Now, let's try to find that Anorix worm.
Affirmative. I'm trying to map the cavern network, but I do not have enough geospatial information to create a sufficient approximation model. We have to explore a larger portion of this level to
Okay.
create an appropriate positioning model.
Excellent. Let's go treasure hunting.
Second. Everything here is immune to poison, so. Minigun rockets are good. There's some new buildings too. Rocket, shockwave. Shockwave's technically it is. There should be an overlay grid to see. Oh, there's these guys. Wait, this better? Okay, so you're supposed to use these with little... Okay. Makes sense. I mean, I could just cheat and basically make biomass or whatever. Wouldn't matter. Oh, there's the collector. Maybe it wouldn't be cheating. Well, it kind of is, because I have unlimited resources, basically, but... For some reason, I'm continually dropping frames. I might have to restart my stream here, guys. Let's see. Actually, I don't know. I have like 2% drop frames. Sell. There's sell. What is this? This is 60? Fuck is it AI? Yeah, building, guys. Fucker. Or where it is. Is that the beginning? Miniguns. Flamethrowers don't work. Got There we go. There we go. Rockets now. I would put flamethrowers in here. We could technically do shockwaves. Shockwaves, anyways. Is there a move? Makes. You made the radius on them a lot bigger, apparently. Shockwave. There you are. Radius. Oh, shows you the radius on the towers? Are they all towers? Just my shockwave towers. So it only shows the radius on the minigun, one of them. The rocket's one of them, but on the mine layer, it shows all the mine layers. And on the shockwave, it shows all the shockwaves. I don't think, like, it doesn't even matter if I, probably should just build one from buffer. Where are the caverns? 12/20.
Energy emission in progress. Something is happening near our position. We should check that location.
Thank you for trying to help me, creature.
No problem.
A gift for your kindness.
I heard it, Mr. Riggs.
Told you.
I heard the creature in my head.
Obviously save the animals,
I did
guys.
not detect any incoming signals.
I don't know how it reached me, but
That's
it
'cause
thanked me
Ashley's
for
going
trying to
crazy.
help it. That's so encouraging. Maybe we can still save it.
Nonsense. You practically died trying to save that creature, and you only destroyed a small piece of animates on its body. Even if it was not a hallucination and it did speak to you, I would not expect it to be able to cure itself. This is only wishful thinking.
Maybe. We'll have to see that when we find it. Either way, it said something about a gift, and you said you detected an energy emission. Let's check what that was.
Huh. Intentional? Bye! Shockwave towers, guys. Very good. No! Oh! Cryo Sentry. I haven't noticed that's actually a unit. There definitely seems to be, like, you gotta be careful, guys, when you have really good at special effects, because you eventually get to the point where, like, you just, certain things on your screen, you can't see stuff. I call it visual clutter. It's been a thing for games probably since Battlefield 3 is when I first started talking about. Battlefield 4 is especially noticeable. Thermal. There's a lot of different options for generating power. Since we aren't limited. Well. I guess I gotta go up. I don't even know what it did, so I got the better... Oh, did I equip it? Better drill. Do I have to make it now? Pickaxe. Oh, it's actually a thing. This is different than the thing I'm using. I see. How's this different from a hammer? Stun chance. 390 to 450, 50% stun chance. 50. Flash damage radius is smaller. I think the hammer, or this actually has, it said it radiates out. Can't get the tooltip on it until you make it. Yes. Well, this isn't actually what we wanted. Good. I thought that was the drill that was attached to your mech. It's not. Chainsaw arms, acid spewer I do want to make. We're going to wait till Extreme's done.
Warning! An aggressive horde is amassing near our base.
Yeah.
Prepare to defend our base.
Alright. Right on that. Five.
We have gathered enough geospatial data about these caverns to start building an approximation model of the entire underground system. Please wait while the information is being processed.
Oh, yeah.
Geospatial data processing complete. I have discovered a recurring pattern of hard rock layers that are intertwined with softer limestone formations and large caverns filled with rich crystalline deposits. This complex superstructure is risky to navigate and explore with a large industrial-sized mining drill. If we drill in the wrong location, we can collapse an entire area, burying us inside. However, if we can probe the layers below us, then we could look for hard rock vertical pillar that we could drill in.
It sounds dangerous, but I think it should work. We don't have a lot of schematics for subterranean exploration, but I think that we could use sonic grenades to improvise a seismic probe.
That is a good idea, Ashley.
Is this the attack wave coming from
my
me?
sensors to use the resonating sonic waves as geomapping information.
Excellent. Do we have to download the blueprints for the sonic grenades?
No, I can decompress them from my quantum backup archive.
What? That's unfair. You had a secret schematic archive and you didn't tell me about it?
Huh.
What else are you hiding?
I do not know that. I am not aware of archive data until I specifically query about it. My working memory dataset is not big enough to contain everything that I've ever recorded.
Okay.
Oh,
Let's equip
okay.
those grenades and we'll see what we can do.
Mr. Riggs is more of a human than humans
I'm
are.
detecting a lot of
Alright.
movement. Enemies incoming from all directions.
That looks interesting. Let's go back
I'm
to base.
detecting a large group of creatures heading towards our position.
You know what we should do? We should try
Sonic
building
grenades
one.
release a strong shockwave of compressed air that can deal slight damage within a large radius. We need to throw one of these grenades into the deepest crevice that we can find here. I have marked the perfect candidate on your map, Ashley.
Okay, let's see if this works.
Yeah. Boss. Drone towers. Drone towers always struck me as like kind of like shitty mines. Is that it? Okay. Use sonic grenades to map deeper tunnels. I guess it means we have to research it.
Research completed.
Sonic grenade. Physical damage, splash damage, radius. Okay, sonic grenade. Replace what I have over here. Is this my mines? Yeah, replace my mines. Gravity grenade. Area damage 600. Splash radius 8 meters. Much bigger splash radius. 600. I guess is the damage is going to be lower, but the splash radius is so big that it actually is kind of worth it. These actually stick. This is area. The only reason we have 2 grenades is area effect. So when you throw a gravity grenade down, it sticks. Area damage over time. Zero meters. If they changed that or what? Increases the value of frost damage, but I don't do frost damage because I don't have it enabled. Dash damage radius 2.8. Dash damage radius enable. Damage plus 24%. I don't think it matters because I don't actually do frost damage. I have to actually turn on frost damage. These guys, in order to actually do anything in the first place. Because it's physical to begin with. So if like we did poison, I don't want to do poison, but if we did poison, damage plus 24%. Cluster projectiles. Enables additional projectiles to be spawned when target is hit. What that would mean? Piercing? What is our piercing right now? 0.4, 0.5. Very atmospheric music. Hit point gain. I mean, that's not bad. It's not what I pull on my miniguns for, though. Hit points per hit. Chance to do double damage? 3%. 4.1. That's really useful when we can just put a 11. Even that, so like the kind of the big deal is like adding more projectiles is actually really OP. Remember right. Time doesn't matter. Cluster projectiles. Enable 0.4. That's kind of in line with the additional damage, isn't it? Target piercing doesn't do much because it doesn't pierce to begin with. This, we don't need that. Radius. Rate of fire just burn through ammo super fast. Able. Can't enable it twice because I already have it on it. This doesn't do anything because it's lightning. Oh, ha, ha, ha. You can't just swap between them easily. It must be a controller thing. Or instead of 1.9. Do this. Curiosity. Bug report. Other one I had. Damage over time enable. It could be that was some sort of legacy thing that they removed. Cost. Spread. Weapon auto aim enable. No. Projectiles per burst. That's what it was. Like it's not in order of. That 9,900, but you can't quantify this one because it's based on it does area effect damage, which may or may not do anything. Essence Fury, Sonic Grenade, Deeper Tunnels. What are we supposed to? Go where this thing is on the map? Does he just throw it in there? What am I looking for? My grenades advanced.
Research completed.
Better sonic grenades.
Wow, these crystals must have grown here in a matter of seconds. They're very rich in resources.
I see.
We should harvest them.
You reckon people cheat in this game? Maybe. Yeah, actually. I mean, it's a single-player game. You can cheat all you want in it. People cheat in single-player games. This is all just going to disappear because I can't collect it. Good. Oh, I guess this is normally where like creatures spawn. I thought it was a spawn point for an incoming wave. It's not. Do you cheat in this game, Bendy? I think you do. That's actually kind of interesting because that's this would be a potential build location which you can see because of the sunlight, so you can build solar panels there. Pretty cool for when we do a survival playthrough. Sonic grenade, spear.
Research completed.
Okay. Oh, I got a cryo flamethrower, didn't I? It's an acid spewer. Rhodonite, palladium.
Crafting completed.
And which is kind of weird considering it's a damage over time weapon. I don't know if damage over time can crit. In World of Warcraft it can. This might only apply to this though. Slower. Alright. Can't build a bunch of those because it's extreme. I want this to replace. Let's see. Stun chance. Projectiles per burst. There's very limited selection here. Fire. Isn't there one for damage over time? For stun chance? There's only two. Why is that? That's weird. Because it's acid damage, you think there would be you'd be able to modify it with acid damage, right? Huh. Interesting. I was looking for range upgrade too, because I know there's range upgrades. Okay, I guess they have a lot of criteria turned off for this thing. Rate of fire, projectiles per burst. Stun them too. Stunning's kind of shit because then they stop coming after you. Other units have to pat around them. Fire. Well, we go like one damage. Why are there no damage mods? Weird. So this is a new weapon, I believe, with this expansion. But you can just do more and more projectiles per shot. Basically, same thing's more damage. Projectiles per shot, projectiles per burst. Both. Do them both. I don't know how well that's gonna work, whatever.
Danger! Enemy attack imminent. Prepare to defend from all directions.
Okay. Oh. I see. I don't think there's any way of increasing how long it lasts. They don't want me going down here? I don't even think, like, increasing projectile probably doesn't do anything. I thought it was like a flamethrower. It's not. You put little acid puddles on the ground. You're supposed to throw it down there? Oh, let's see what happens. Hey there.
Bombs away. I hope this works.
The sonic waves are resonating deep underground. It is working, Ashley.
Ah!
Give me a moment to process the data.
Fingers crossed.
We have a success, Ashley, but it is only partial. The geomapping data covered the layer that is immediately below us, but it did not penetrate deep enough. There is a large empty cavern below us, and we can drill down.
I hate when it
to
doesn't penetrate deep enough.
I do not know if we can go any deeper than that.
I mean,
Is it worth going there?
maybe.
It could just be a dead end and a large waste of time.
I mean, sometimes.
The cavern that I mentioned has a vast network of.
It's a learning
outgoing
experience, you know?
We can probe them to gather geomapping data.
You enjoy
that
probing.
goes much deeper than what we have now. We could use that information to drill directly to the deepest layers of the cavern network.
Oh,
This
I do
way,
enjoy that.
We might be able to catch up with the Anorix worm.
Okay, I guess that's the best plan that we have. Where should we place the drill that would take us to the cavern below?
I have marked the optimal location on your map. This is the only safe location that I have mapped. If we try drilling somewhere else, we risk collapsing everything around us.
Okay, build my elevator. Alright. Got a new grenade, extreme, so 300 physical compared to 600. But it has a much bigger radius. Place for normal grenades with the sonic grenade. And replace this back with a nuclear mine. Off we go. Ah, I see. Well, better do this. And do this. Only because we're here, guys. So it creates an opening so you can't make a small little, forgot.
Warning! An aggressive horde is amassing near our base. Prepare
Scary.
to defend our base.
Alright. Have fun, base. I don't even know what we got for that. Yeah, I think the more per burst you can see, like there's multiple grouped up, but it doesn't matter. If there's multiple, like it doesn't increase the size of the splatter on the ground. That's the attack wave. Build a mining elevator. Okay.
Mining drill construction is in progress.
Probably gonna have to defend it. Doing energy walls. I don't think energy walls are better. Charge is better.
I'm detecting a large group of creatures heading towards our position.
Acid Spitter Tower. Okay. I think this makes puddles like the gun does. I'm not a big fan of the puddles. Especially because you can't throw it, like, way the fuck out. So.
Warning. Ashley, I am detecting a larger than usual attack wave heading our way. We have to defend the drill until it is finished.
The... I have a boatload of this. Produce less, I don't think it matters because we're going to be using stuff anyways. What? Did not just... Is this bug still in the game? It is. Oh, there's sentinels! That's not what we wanted. We wanted the... Cooper Tower. Hey, buddy. Oh my god! Apparently he was pounding my face. I thought he was pounding the wall. He might have been pounding both, so... Okay. Yeah. It looks like there might be a walk involved here. One moment, please. Yeah, it totally looks like they used some sort of, I don't know what they use. Like all the empty area, they just filled it with this destroyable material. Like in a normal map, they just filled up the interior with destroyable rocks. They took a foam gun to it or something. Hey guys, are you trapped down here? Let me give you a way to my base. There you go. What? Acid Spitter. See what those do. And... like, the really cool towers all cost a shitload of energy. Which kind of makes sense, because we aren't bothering building infrastructure, so... Why does the basic wall have a plus on it? Negative 300 a second. I mean, we can support that. Huh. But it's just like firing blobs like they're like a Gatling gun. The fuck's that? That's weird. I thought it would put down like an acid layer. Got me a railgun? Oh yeah. Go. Good? Good. Attack wave. Oh! That's where the little indicators are for the air. The air and the light are right there. And it shows like when you're underneath the sun.
Very close. Prepare yourself, Ashley. Mining drill construction finished. Ashley, we can activate it as soon as we're ready.
Build a
It
portal.
will take us to the large cavern below us.
Are we going to be able to return here after that?
Yes, we discussed this before. The drill will go through a hard rock layer. It will not destabilize this area.
Okay, just wanted to be
okay.
sure of that. We've invested quite a bit of effort into building up this outpost.
A
We don't
little
want
bit.
to lose it. We've made all the preparations that we could. Let's go out and meet them.
Debatable. We'll drop in a little bit of frames, guys. I think I might be on a bad Twitch server, so. Where are my normal artillery pieces? This is what I was looking for in the other base. Bomb thrower. Just replace the tower? No. Radius on it. That's pretty big. Cobalt, explosives, energy. Where's my actual artillery? Attack drone. Sentinel, acid spitter. What does acid spitter use? It uses flamethrower ammo. Laser. Where is the artillery? Does the bomb thrower just replace artillery? Laser, lightning, plasma, rocket, shockwave, morphium, portal bomb, mine, attack drone, radar, cat fire. I don't see the normal artillery anymore. Sentinel, acid spitter, railgun. Turn on level 3. Gatling laser. Portal bomb. Maybe it just replaced it. That's what?
Research completed.
Huh. There's the artillery tower, guys. Rocket tower, artillery tower. I have no idea where they are. Portal bomb tower. Unprecedented advantage over traditional artillery. I think that means it just replaces the artillery. Which is kind of weird considering it's not in, like, it's not a, artillery is not a requirement to make it. Okay, I gotta take a piss real bad. And get a water, guys. 1 second. This is weird. Maybe I'm overlooking it? Guys. I don't know. I mean, I could just build a new tower, but I guess they just straight up replaced artillery and didn't tell you? I think this costs more resources, too. Lightning. I probably should build, like, get in the habit of building the new collection tower. Well, that's kind of cool. The drone mine. Relatively small. Collector. Loot collector's kind of small too. 2600, 2600, 325, negative 200 energy. Hikes. Oh, can't do that. Bitch! Stop fucking over here. Get out of here. Fuck off. Okay. Well, we can go underground now. Activate the drill. Uh-oh. Lovely railgun. Add a little additional flair. What actually would have been cool with these laser walls if they actually were, like it was like a lightning wall where it just like slows them down and provides a minimal amount of damage, and like they like fizzle out and they'll come back. They're powered. That's what I thought there was, like a wall. It's like a on like fortresses or on castles, they had an outside wall. I forgot what it was called, but basically there's a layer of wall on the side of the castle that functions like a destroyable barrier, kind of like reactive armor, where it's made to kind of fall apart, but it's also like a actual layer over the top of the castle wall itself. I forgot what it's called though. Cool concept nonetheless. It's called. Curtain wall. Maybe not. Why can I not activate the drill? Oh no. Oh my fucking god. Well, I guess this is gonna fix the bug. Let's do it all over again. Wrong spot. I don't know. Another 6 minutes of my life. Good? Well. Went sleepy sleep. I think what I need to do is reload the game. I guess the drill is bugged. Now there's no drill to activate, so. Doesn't seem to do that much damage either. I mean, it might be for smaller units. Single target damage. Nom nom nom. Nom, 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 nom. So, well, this was a boss. I think what I need is a corrosive gun, which I think is just equivalent of plasma gun, only corrosive. Running out of minerals. I actually might need to go get more minerals.
Crafting completed.
Just be able to double click these on and install them. Corrosive gun. Right. Damage. Projectiles per shot. Burst. Cluster projectiles. Enable. Projectiles per burst. Enable. 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 Lovely. That's what we're looking for. More of something like that. I thought it was going to be an actual flamethrower. I do like flamethrowers with the grenade launcher, but whatever. Now we have to wait for my redrill to finish redrilling. Acid. Acid for everyone. Acid for you. Acid for you. Damage over time effect?
It looks like an earthquake is coming.
Zero. What? It may have something to do with the projectiles per shot. Be able to hover this stuff and it should tell you. I think it does when you're actually picking up the mod. Number of projectile fire consecutive with one burst, which means occasionally it'll spawn an extra projectile. 80% of the time. It's more or less how I read that. Shot. Increases the number of projectiles fired simultaneously with one shot. This is the one that fires more with each shot. Enables additional projectiles respawn when the target is hit.
The earthquake's epicenter is near our position. It will deal serious damage to all our buildings in that area.
Hey, buddy. Good. Good.
The earthquake is over. The tremors are getting weaker and weaker. We should quickly repair whatever's been damaged.
Repair towers will take care of that. 7, 8, 8. Click the button. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Oh, ho. Oh. Doesn't seem like my my acid spear runs out of. That's lovely. It's like a fucking blender for enemies. Or I guess animals that we just don't understand. See if my re-drill is done. It does run out of ammo very fast. It does regen very slowly too, so maybe it's not a super good eco weapon. Daughter. That's autosave. Oh, I had to click the button. It's not space. You have to click the center thing. Fuck. I remember now. Bah. Yeah, like we're only at 84 ammo now? 87? That regen's super slow. Maybe I want to put a eco mod on it. Plasma gun lasts forever, even though it kind of sucks. I'm always trying to find a new eco gun. I think we tried the lasers, and the lasers are like actually like sniper rifles, and they weren't very good. What's the use key? B? Six minutes of my life gone. Good. Very loud audio. Very, very loud audio. Don't worry about it, guys. Almost over. I'm sorry your ears are bleeding. Mine are too. Sound guy needs to normalize some of the audio. Just turn everything up to 100 and figure out what's going on there. Good. Good. Alt to quickly change the selected building's level.
Subsurface travel complete. Rift jump capabilities enabled. The mining drill will work as a rift beacon. We can safely jump to and from this location if we need to.
Good. That's reassuring. You never know how many times we'll have to reconstruct here. Right, Mr. Riggs?
I would strongly prefer if I did not have to reconstruct at all.
I agree.
Please be careful, Ashley. This is not a pleasant
It is a building game.
Okay. It was just a joke. Believe it or not, but I don't like that as well. I'm never sure if I'm going to make it back in one piece.
Acknowledged. Bad jokes aside, our primary task here is to probe the tunnels that stretch out deeper underground from this cavern. I have marked the locations of a few of the deepest tunnels on your map.
Okay, we only have to throw sonic grenades inside these tunnels. This shouldn't be that difficult. Can we do?
Like, the weird thing is, unless you go, like, into the bestiary or whatever it's called and figure out what animals are attacking you, like, even, like, this, figuring out what is actually, like, what you want to benefit from is very difficult. can't really use my gauntlets because whenever I do, I explode, so... I think they nerfed that at some point. This guy, we're probably going to have to... ammo efficiency mod on it.
That in any order we want?
Yes, you can do that in any order. Please be careful, Ashley. I am detecting a lot of movement in these caves. Expect strong resistance. Warning! I am detecting a lot of movement. Enemies incoming from all directions.
First tunnel mapped. A few more to go.
Warning! Watch out for falling rocks. The sonic wave has rocked the ceiling. We should move away from this area.
I mean... okay. Spin to win.
Danger! Enemy movement below and
Oh, these are explodies.
Hostiles are closing in fast. Prepare for combat.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. Those.
Second tunnel mapped. So far, so good.
Huh?
Warning! The grenade shockwave penetrated deep into the rock and destabilized this area. We should evacuate its area of effect.
Oh.
This is beginning to look dangerous. I
Ah.
hope we don't collapse the entire cave on our heads.
Don't worry, Ashley. The effect of the sonic wave resonance is only local. This should be fine. Danger! Enemy movement below and above us. Hostiles are closing in fast.
This is what I had to fucking build the hammers for. I think the desert biome had these guys. Oh, okay. Even with it does feel like they should leave puddles on the ground of poison. One of the two should. I mean, they turned it basically into a second gun. That work? What's going on here? Go.
Another tunnel mapped. Just a few more to go.
Warning! The ceiling is unstable. Quickly, move out of the danger zone.
I'm not sure if gathering data this way is a good idea. How much more do we need, Mr. Riggs?
We have gathered a substantial amount of geospatial data. We have more than half of what we need.
Okay, maybe
Don't
we
destroy
can
my
pull this through.
plant scanner. Dick. Wow. I mean, I could make like laser swords. I think that's the new item is the laser swords, and then you put put like a health drain mod on it. Lightsabers? Everyone loves lightsabers. Still alive back there? Fuck off. Wow. Some people don't know when to die, guys. Past your prime. It's kind of, I mean, if this was actually supposed to be a gauntlet, it'd actually be kind of cool. Maybe it's supposed to be a gauntlet. I'm not sure.
Warning! Intense movement detected. We are being surrounded.
Forgot they can just crawl up. Are you down there?
One more tunnel mapped. There's only one more to go.
Warning! This area is close to collapse. Evacuate this zone immediately.
Hey,
Got it.
okay.
No more time for distractions. Let's move straight to the last objective.
Warning! Seismic stability compromised. This entire cave level is close to collapse. Ashley, we need to finish mapping the last tunnel.
Oh,
We are
that might be
almost
explosive. Alright. They bounce off the walls? The fuck is that? This? Oh, this is one of the... Hey, we're already here. Might as well just drop a mine there. Get out of here. Mine there. Might not be able to do this. Oh, they blew up my quick mines. Oh! There we go. Decorative flag! Oh my god, I love decorative flags! I guess. Chromium? That's a little bit better with the ammo mod on it. Yeah, I think I need to make laser swords.
Danger! Enemy attack imminent. Prepare to defend from all directions.
We got it. The last tunnel is mapped. Get us out of here, Mr. Riggs.
Danger! The cave is collapsing. I am trying to establish rift jump coordinates.
Jump! Mr. Riggs, we have to rift jump to base.
Error. I can't get a lock on coordinates.
Okay.
The cave is falling down on us. Mr. Riggs, we have to
I mean,
jump
I'm alright.
now.
Error. Establishing coordinates failed. Emergency procedures.
Where I'm gonna save those guys? I think it is, or whatever the fuck it is. Ancient being of unknown origin? Mm-hmm. Welcome
We
back.
made it. I can't believe it. I thought we were going to die down there.
Wow.
Thank you, Mr. Riggs. That was a really close call.
Ashley's so
Do not
dramatic.
Thank me, Ashley. I am sorry for letting you take that risk. We should have devised a safer plan
Seismic
for mapping the
laboratories.
Don't worry about that. We made it out in one piece, and we mapped all of the tunnels that we wanted to. Can you track the...
I am going to point out that this is a lot better than the last expansion pack where you just constantly had to rebuild bases. Going back to the original map that you were on, and there's adding to it, much better than constantly rebuilding your base. It actually makes you care about the map that you're on. So,
Analytics worm with that data?
that's good.
I was able to create a detailed map of the underlying cavern system superstructure and the intertwining soft limestone layers. I extracted the worm's path by tracing it back from the location where we encountered it last time. The trail goes very deep underground and cuts off abruptly.
Ooh.
What? Do you mean like in the Anorix chamber where we met it last time?
Yes, very similar. All of the readings that we gathered stopped around a spherical dead.
Do we have the laser sword upgraded? We might have to leave the zone and go make money. If we want our exotic weapons. Might have to earn a bit. Oh, there's the emulator. Laser sword. No. Campaign thing. Campaign's gonna be over by the time I can build it. Can't make it, guys. The normal sword wouldn't... That's not quite the same thing, so... We have 5 to 12, 246 to 290. Crit factor and crit. 5 to 12, 3 10. Electric is... damage.
Zone deep underground.
Well.
I think that it is safe to assume that the Anorix worm is resting there.
That sounds very plausible, but can we get there before it leaves? Can you navigate the mining drill to that location?
Yes and no. I was able to map a number of possible paths through the solid rock superstructure. However,
there we
we
go.
will have to drill through numerous rock layers. Neither my megasuit nor the mining drill sensors are capable of dynamic path tracing through such a complex environment.
We can work around that. If we can
We'll have
build
to
a
build
network
here.
of seismic laboratories, then we can use
Seismic
that structure
laboratory.
as a vast seismic wave antenna. We could then relay
Water.
that data to the mining drill in real time and use that to navigate.
Fuck to get water
That
down here.
could work, but it would also require a powerful data center to process all of the incoming data at sufficient speed. Difficult, but doable.
All right then, there's no time to waste. Let's get to work.
Warning!
Oh,
Hostile creatures are closing in on our base.
crystal
Prepare
walls.
for an
What the
attack.
fuck's a crystal wall?
Research completed.
Synthetic crystals break into jagged shards and inflict significant damage on any nearby hostiles when the building is destroyed. Health, they have 400. Last level is probably 800. Damage they do. Not tell you. That's not good. Okay, what I need to know. Make an informed decision on you. Well, we won't be building that. Mainly because having your walls get destroyed in the first place is usually a really bad thing. So, building a building that just blows up. I mean, we talked a little bit earlier about having like an outside wall. That's kind of disposable. I guess that would be what that is, right? But then you have to rebuild it. If there's a building that just automatically rebuilded your buildings, there's one that repairs it, but there isn't one that rebuilds your buildings. Like, it feels like there should be some sort of more macro to the game. For managing your bases from attacks and takeover. The husk is a very, very nice start. I asked for that basically when I first played this game because it's really, really painful when you survival. You survive a wave and it eats like half your base, and you have to remember what you built. That's very difficult to deal with. So I guess water. There is the mobile water thing, isn't there now? Turn down the angry music. You need to look for the water mover. Stuff that we won't ever use unless we go to that biome. Liquid decompressor, -50. Where do we get it over here in the first place? Water down here.
I'm detecting a large group of creatures heading towards our position.
Is there even any water down here? I don't know if that can actually go across maps. It might be able to. Well, there's this. I don't see any water. We could use sludge. Actually, is there something that produces water as a byproduct? Mud. Oh, there we go. Build a geothermal. What do geothermals look like? I think they're this guy. Bases anywhere near geothermal. Doesn't, at least yet. Got there. 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 Well, let's go take a look at...
Unknown energy burst detected. I have marked its estimated location on our map. We should investigate that area.
I can still feel your presence, creature.
Okay.
You tried to find me, but hope is gone. I feel the crystals singing ever louder. Soon I hear nothing but their song.
I mean, he really enjoyed it, so...
Gift for you. Do not try to find me. That will be the death of you.
I guess we'll try and find
I
him.
did it again, but this time it wasn't comforting. I'm afraid you were right, Mr. Riggs. The Anorix is taking control of the creature. It's losing consciousness. It said it left this last gift for us.
Oh, they dropped
I
terrain?
am sorry to be right about this, Ashley. I know you wanted to save it, but this only proves its fate was inevitable. There was nothing we could do.
They drop like little placements.
I'm sorry
Oh
for
my
not
God.
listening to you earlier. Let's see what it left for us, and then we'll do what has to be done.
It's like they destroyed my base. Because one of the problems with having mini bases, guys, is that you don't have enough defenses for it, and they just kill it. I don't even think I need that anymore. Oh, we'll find out eventually. There's
The
a...
ground is shaking. It looks like
It's a
an earthquake
wind?
is
Or is it
coming.
geothermal?
It seems like the earthquake has uncovered something interesting. Let's investigate. Hey, Mr. Riggs, we're lucky today.
Hi.
It's a new resource deposit.
Ah, okay. So... no geothermal here. I mean, it's pretty easy with husks. Actually, I don't know how long husks last, so maybe it'll eventually disappear. With husk, we can just instantly rebuild everything. Building side bases definitely gets old when you play survival. Generally why you don't have a side base at all, since you need a rare resource. Probably should have waited for that to be scanned. There we go. Looking for a geothermal vent. Looking for a geothermal vent. Those explode. That's not geothermal. Not seeing one yet. Hopefully we'll stumble across one at some point here. The geothermal. Still a ways away from that one, though. I guess let's go take a peek at the top one. So they give you little question marks as a way of helping you find stuff on the map, I guess. I don't know if they do this in just the campaign or what this is. Well, maybe it's a... It might be a building that's doing this in my main base. Scanner or something. So there's a couple geothermal nozzles on the map. Most aren't where we need it, though.
This mineral formation must have just crystallized here. We can use these resources.
Ah.
Danger! Enemy attack imminent. Prepare to defend from all directions.
Okay. So I think what we need is... We might just need a separate base for geothermal. I was trying to combine them and basically take less time, but I think we need a second base. It definitely feels like this game needs like a cloaking building of some kind. Hi. Yeah, so it looks like we need a base for a geothermal vent, then we need a base for basically all these mini bases for the main base. The main base of the base of the other bases, they have a base, and obviously some of these are just going to explode, like our side base over here. Simply because, yeah, they exist. This is why it feels like there should be a cloaking building that's kind of unfeasible for your main base, but would be very useful for side base at a resource cost of some kind. Make like little mining operation stuff. Yeah. Yeah, for buildings here. Take. I don't know if they have to all be on at the same time or you just have to build one. Yeah.
Warning! I'm detecting intense seismic activity. A strong earthquake is coming.
It's an earthquake. It's going to seriously damage all buildings near its epicenter.
the attack wave from down south? Okay.
The earthquake is over. The tremors are getting weaker and weaker. We should quickly repair whatever's been damaged.
I mean, where's nat gas? That. Plus 25. It takes water, though. Two. Plus 1,000. I mean, I have so much, like, biomass that, like, either of these two, like, I don't even really need to build, like, normal power at all. I could use uranium, too. I could use a nuclear power plant.
Your presence, evil creature. You will not escape my anger.
Okay.
Warning! The ceiling above us is becoming unstable. Danger! The roof is collapsing!
I guess we'll have to build a geothermal power plant here. Since we're here already, and this is probably one of the closest ones to our main base.
Disaster, Mr. Riggs. I heard the Anorix worm just before it started.
We have to find it and destroy it as soon as possible.
Oh.
The fact that it
Save the
was able
creatures.
to destabilize the cave above us is very unsettling. It might even endanger our headquarters if we allow it to roam.
It's tragic, but it's true. I hate the fact that we weren't able to establish peaceful communication. We could learn so much from it.
Geothermal. 3. Build a... Oh, can you? No way. We don't want to actually have it explode. We'll put 2 here, put a beacon down. Feels like beacon should even build, like, these shouldn't be buildings. Hey, where's my weird flamethrower? Okay. Kind of weird that, like, when you first build buildings, there's, like, the power network isn't, like, seated, and you have to seat it yourself. Still have to seat it yourself. Alright, now we gotta do the compressor. It's actually a big building. Well... Press the resources. Oh my god, I have to build more of these, don't I? How much does it take? Oh my god. Oh, this is, what, 200 mud? I mean, at this point, we probably could just... I don't know how big my main base is, so...
Warning! A hostile group of creatures is heading towards our base. Prepare for an incoming attack.
You have to turn the mud into actual water. Mud provides 400 mud. Mud. Okay. We need Zappy Zap, Transporter. Liquid Compressor. Plus 200. I believe is everything we need. I probably should make... Actually, I don't know.
I'm detecting a large group of creatures heading towards our position.
Yep, this doesn't have to be a box now. Means more defenses, bigger base, more stuff and things. Okay. You. Acid Spitter. Well, it's a good minigun. I do. Yep. Alrighty. Oh, looks like they're actually coming over here. There. Dear God. So maybe just go wherever your hero is now? They don't care about your base at all? Local 500. Here for... I still think that it should just tell you, like when you open up the power switch, it should just tell you what like buildings are using. Negative 100, negative 100. 1,000. Holy fuck. Well, guess our base is going to get a little bit bigger. If I crunch too much on it, we may actually eventually run into an issue with my biomass. I see a remote power grid in... Pylon. Transfer energy over long distances without the use of energy connectors. At least 2 pylons are necessary for this technology to work properly, so it just makes the grid global. You get 50 a second. That's actually really cheap. And it appears to be limitless.
The ground is shaking. It looks like an earthquake is coming.
Oh, they're fucking huge.
It seems like the earthquake has uncovered something interesting. Let's investigate.
Ah!
Hey, Mr. Riggs, we're lucky today. It's a new resource deposit.
I can feel your presence, evil creature. You will not escape my anger.
Suck my
Oh
dick.
no, the crystals above us are moving. They're going to fall in a moment.
Danger!
We have to
The
put
roof is collapsing.
here. Oh. Oh, good. Alright, so we have to build... Now that we got this taken care of... What does the decompressor look like? Is it fucking huge, too? That kind of negates the purpose of kind of isolating stuff, unless you have to get a resource in the middle of nowhere. Your decompressor, where are you?
Seismic laboratory at construction site A has finished building.
This lab is going to be functional as soon as we provide it with power and stabilization fluid.
How much power does the decompressor use? We actually might have to build meaningful network here. 50. Compressor uses a shitload. That's doable. Kind of feels like maybe we should
Remember that
build...
we can get water for the seismic laboratories by building geothermal power plants and connecting their output
going on with his
to a
voice?
water filtering plant.
They changed the voice actor? Let's see. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this. Where's our power pylon? Energy pylon, which is fucking huge. That's she said. We're gonna go back here. We're gonna start doing this. Strip this down. Back here. Energy pylon. Their farm, or moo cow, right there. Alright, before I do that, take a look at requirements for nuclear water. Wait a second. Might not be... I wonder how it handles power distribution when the grid's overloaded. Hopefully it does local first and then it does long distance. Back. What does this produce? This produces... plus 200 mud. 200 water, and laboratories used. Laboratory go. And you can only see when you're over the top of things. $50. So we need 4 of them, so if we have 4, that means we need to build another geothermal if we want nuclear. That means I need to build another base if I want a nuclear power plant. Well, that's unfortunate. And I think in order to make nat gas, we also need water. Find a better way of doing this than just doing... Takes water too.
Ashley, remember that we can get water for the seismic laboratories by building geothermal power plants and connecting their output to a water filtering plant.
Oh, you didn't say. Alright, Riggs. Tooltip. Oh, I'm looking for... Oh, it's actually a building, isn't it? Biocomposter. Takes water as well. I guess this probably just means we have to make this bigger. Is what this is going to turn into. We're going to have to turn this into a power generation base, I guess. Fuck. Why do I have duplicates? Yeah, I thought those were Gatling guns? Hmm. .34 tower range. A railgun. 5. It's like almost no different. We last time I played the game, we talked a little bit about differentiation of towers and how they're very, very similar in terms of range and overlap with each other. Artillery obviously being one of the things that stands out. Mines too. Drones a little bit too. That basically means we have to defend this too now. More power. Let's see. Oh, maybe you can build the pipes across the train and no one bugs them anymore? Compressor. Why are you not producing water that I need? Negative 100.
I can feel your presence, evil creature. You will not escape my anger.
The roof above us is shaking. It's going to fall any minute.
Danger! Large crystal chunks are falling on us. Evasive maneuvers.
I think this makes everything worse if I'm actually near my base. This is probably like,
We need to provide
Don't
clean
starve.
water for the seismic laboratories to function as stabilization fluid. We can obtain
where
and
if it just
filter
does whatever's
water
on your
from
screen.
geothermal
So if you go
power
get away
plants,
from your base,
and
you're
we can
fine.
transport water from other locations using liquid compressors and decompressors.
Ration resources plus 200. Wood decompressor. Negative 100 liquid resource. Fresh resources. Negative 100. Negative 50.
Warning! A hostile group of creatures is heading towards our base. Prepare for an incoming attack.
Wrong way. Broken? What's going on here? Do I have to set up? Oh! 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 That just does whatever. That doesn't give a shit.
I'm detecting a large group of creatures heading towards our position.
Fuck's equipped. Fire? Lovely! Yeah, like, it'd be nice if you could put, like, a small little cloaking field over the top of, like, a mini base here, but it costs a lot of energy, which you could fund from your normal base, right? So make it like you wouldn't want to obviously spend like make a really big side base, but it'll give you the access to resources that are otherwise outside the area. Let's see. Let's go over here. Yeah, so we're gonna neatly have 200 water if I don't build nuclear. So I'm pretty sure there isn't actually any lakes here. It's just geothermal, which means we'd have to build another base with more defenses and more shit in order to do the same thing. So yeah, let's build a radar. Take -60. Oh, we have to have excess AI cores too, so that's even more money. Oh, we should do that too. Uh-huh. Wonderful. So, I mean, it looks like they didn't attack where I was, but my guess is if the attack wave goes over the top of the base, it's just going to explode it. That beats it. Maybe I don't even want to bother defending these. I mean, I just have to build like a 3-banger, and then we'll just go there if it ever gets attacked, I guess is what we're going to do here. Maybe put up like 1 turret. We might have to go. I'm gonna wait on the creature until we. I think it disappeared. See whether or not it's actually.
Seismic activity
We have to
near
kill
our
it.
position.
Eh.
It seems like the earthquake has uncovered something interesting. Let's investigate. Hey, Mr. Riggs, we're lucky today. It's a new resource deposit.
Alright, do that. We
Seismic
do a
laboratory
decompressor.
at
Oh, you know, I should do
construction
the
site
drone
B
tower
has finished
instead.
building.
Oh. Then. Decompressor. Pylon. I don't even need a pylon. Just build the biomass here. What is our energy cost, guys? Negative. Compressor. Wants that sip of the Sip of the water, guys, to get it going. $50. We have 100. Here, then overhead on top of it, so we can't do plant. I mean, we could do plant and just make 2 of them, it doesn't matter. There's so much plant. We have plant for eons. It just takes space. Gate. Hi.
The roof above us is shaking. It's going to fall any minute.
No.
Danger! Large crystal chunks are falling on us. Evasive maneuvers.
Kind of rude. That's a compressor. That's not a decompressor. Wrong one. Yeah. Yeah. Here it works. Actually, I don't even know if this is like it looks like a choke point, but I don't think it is. I think they can just crawl up all of the nether regions and fuck everything here. So this is why I didn't build like my main base. I just built it in the open because I don't think you actually have a choice out of the woodwork. Water. Compressed water. Available. What? Forgot to rotate it. We'll fix that. Lovely. Does it have to actually have available? What? I wanted the other base just like level 1? No way. Sucked down all my power earlier. Doesn't seem to be any way to easily figure out what's in the network. Plus 200. Fluid compressor. Plus 200 resource. What we should do here also is build a teleport beacon. Say water is unavailable. Build another one? No fucking way. No way. No way. Are they gonna make me build one per compressor and decompressor? No. Please. Please tell me this isn't true. These aren't small buildings. Can we trick it? Either this is a bug, or we just basically exploited it. One of the two. Both are showing that they're powered now. Can't select water. I think as though, yeah. So either, this is bugged, and you're supposed to have a global network, which you can pull from, with any number of buildings and any number of compressor and decompressors, or you need a 1-to-1 ratio, which would be absolutely horrid. But we tricked this by powering one down and powering down when it already had water selected. It looks like it's fine.
Research completed.
Well, that's probably going to get fixed if that's a bug, but yeah, I'm not, like, with the size of these buildings, I don't think it shouldn't be a 1-to-1 ratio where you need one for every one of the other buildings. Let's go over to the back to this one and see what's going on here. It's just a bug. Uses it as a mod. That's interesting. Bugging me. Oh, okay. Alrighty, guys. I think we're gonna have to call things here tonight. Even though we only played a little bit of the game, and we didn't really actually get that far. Hopefully, we'll be on earlier tonight here. I have stuff going on in real life, which is taking up the majority of my time, and I can't stream later. So yeah, as it is. These just look like they just replaced artillery. Either it's bugged. One or two. It doesn't show up as like an upgrade tree. Doesn't even show your level 1 artillery pieces anymore. Weird, because all the other towers or buildings show the earlier stuff. Bing. Bing. Oh. Oh yeah. I guess there's a chance for the bullets to ricochet. Alright. We're gonna call things here tonight, guys. Tomorrow will be more Riftbreaker. We will continue with campaign. We're gonna finish the campaign. And then we're going to do survival, which is what we're really after here, guys. But we're going to call things here for tonight. Because I ran out of time. Unfortunately, I'd like to stream later, but I can't. And I need to start earlier, but I couldn't. So, here we are. Anyways, guys, I'm going to go get some dinner. I'm out here for the scene, go fat, etc., etc. If you are new to the stream and you enjoyed Riftbreaker, which is our single-player kind of guilty pleasure right now, make sure to follow up on the top right-hand corner. You stream every day from evening to late night, GMT-6. So 8 to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time to 1 to 2 a.m., give or take. Depends going on in my life, what's happening, etc., etc. As per usual, guys, I've mentioned it depends on my schedule and what I'm doing in real life. But hopefully tomorrow I'll be on earlier. Today I even woke up earlier. I was up, quite a while ago, but it doesn't... Not always the way it goes, so, yeah. I call things here for this evening, though, guys. I'm out here for this evening, guys. Thanks for watching my stream as always, and I hope you guys have a wonderfully fantastic Tuesday night and Wednesday morning, guys. Have a good day.